Good morning. We are here at the Glendale Police Department main station to celebrate and congratulate Chief Rick St. John on becoming Chief of Police for the Glendale Police Department.
I really honestly could not be more pleased with you being our new chief. I made it known very early on that I really wanted you, and I got a lot of feedback from a lot of officers. And the one thing I heard consistently over and over and over and over is you're a cop's cop. And I couldn't think of anything that I thought was more important for our city, for the employees that are going to be working under you to respect you. I mean, that means everything. If they got your respect, you're going to have a great crew. You're going to have a great guys that'll give you everything. Glendale resident, 20 plus years, well, longer than that, your whole life, right?
Since 76, 75. My dad was in the military, so I was born in Texas, but that's not my fault.
You know, he went to high school here. I mean, everything, several chiefs above you. I mean, you've been here for a long time. You have everybody's respect. I think this case, I think we have, in my opinion, the best police chief we could have ever gotten, and I still love our fire chief. So I mean, I think we're sitting here pretty good, guys. I really do. So congratulations to you. I'm going to keep this really short because they didn't want me to talk a lot. I know our council, half of our council's here, and that shows the respect that they also have for you also. The ones that couldn't make it, you know, have got other duties, but we're very, very proud to have you as our new chief, so congratulations.
First of all, Chief, congratulations. I can't think of anybody more deserving of this. But I also want to congratulate all the men and women that are part of this department as well. If you had a chance to read my memo when we made the announcement, I believe this appointment is not only a reflection on the great work that Chief St. John has put in over the past years, but this is reflective of this police department. We have an outstanding police department, and so when I was going through the thought process of do we conduct a search or do we hire from within, the first question I generally will ask myself is, does the department or division, does it need revolutionary change or evolutionary change? Now, I define revolutionary change as being that we maybe have an organization that's not working very well, the culture's not right, the performance isn't very good, and oftentimes then you really need something to be a catalyst for change. And I think in those cases, it's very difficult to hire from within an organization because they may be part of that culture as it is. I define evolutionary change as being an organization that is really working well, that is high quality, has the right culture, and because of that, all we want to do is just to continue to get better, which every great organization has a commitment to getting better every day. And in that case, I believe it's much easier to hire from within if you need evolutionary change, because the people from within are already part of that high-performing culture that's there. So when I congratulate Chief St. John today, I'm also congratulating our Glendale Police Department, because we didn't need revolutionary change. We have a department that I am very proud of, and I believe one of the top police departments in the entire Maricopa County area. And so to me, it was a very easy decision not to do an outside search. We've got a senior leadership team here at every level in the patrol division on up. We have a lot of quality, and so the hiring today, or the official ceremony today for Chief St. John, is something that he can be very proud of, but I hope each of you here in this that work for this department can be proud as well. So Chief St. John, it's going to be great working with you in the coming years. This was a very easy decision for me. I did not wrestle with it because at the end of the day, I'm just looking forward to continue to get better and better at what we do. And I know that you and your leadership team, and more importantly, the patrol division, which is our core of what we do, that we're prepared to really to continue to be a model here in the Valley for how you do policing. So congratulations.
When I came to Glendale in 2002, one of the first people I met in the Glendale Police Department was Chief St. John. We worked together when he was a sergeant in the Advocacy Center. I had the honor of administering his oath when he became lieutenant, when he became commander. We think maybe when he became assistant chief. So it is definitely a pleasure for me to be able to administer the oath of office to him today. So you have to raise your right hand. I, and state your name,
I, Rick St. John,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Arizona,
and the laws of the state of Arizona,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and defend them against all enemies,
and defend them against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully and impartially
and that I will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of Chief of Police
of Chief of Police
of the City of Glendale,
of the City of Glendale,
Maricopa County,
Maricopa County,
State of Arizona,
State of Arizona,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
In our culture in law enforcement, being invited to be the one to pin the badge is very, very special. So I thank you for that. Absolutely. What I'm going to do is pin the badge on, and I've asked his wife, Kim, if she would throw the switch and kind of seal the deal.
Didn't know I was gonna have to get undressed. Yeah. It took me forever to get this tie on straight. Right.
I'll teach you to hire old people.
So far, so good. There we go.
Kim?
When I first came into the organization as a young officer, people would often ask me what you want to do in your career, what your hopes are for your career. And even at a young age, I guess I was a young age too, so we'll go ahead and stick with that. I would tell them I want to eventually be the chief of police. And I think early on in my career that came off as arrogance. And so I apologize for that. I wasn't trying to be arrogant, but it was a goal of mine from long before I was even hired by the Glendale Police Department. You see, my dad was a member of the Arizona Department of Public Safety. He retired as a lieutenant colonel. I was very proud of him my whole life. And so my mom even commented over this last Thanksgiving holiday that ever since I was about 2 or 3 years old and had the ability to speak and talk about things that I had desires for, she would say, "You've always wanted to be a police officer like your dad." And my dad enjoyed a great deal of success with the Arizona Department of Public Safety. He retired in 1992 as a lieutenant colonel under Ralph Milstead. So Frank Milstead, the current colonel, is the son of Ralph Milstead. And so being here today is just an honor. I'm very humbled by the presence of everybody in the room today. I want to thank everybody for being here. I've had tremendous support my entire career. The climb and the career that I've had that has brought me here today wasn't something that I accomplished on my own. It was a group effort. And all of you in the room today were a part of that effort. I specifically and very purposely want to thank my wife first and foremost, who has really, as you know, put up with a great deal of nonsense. In our career, there's just a lot of nonsense that goes on and missed opportunities to spend time with family for the sake of serving the community. And she's borne the brunt of that loss and time loss that we had. And so I just thank you. I thank you for all the support over the years. I'm so proud of you. I want to mention that she took time out of her schedule today to be here. She's in the nursing program through GCU, back to school. And I'm just so proud of the fact that you're going back to school, you're accomplishing your dreams, and that you're still a part of what I'm accomplishing in my career. And I want to thank all the elected officials that are here, the mayor, council. Thank you for coming. Thank you for all the support. The city departments that are here, what a great honor it is to have you here as well. Of course, the people within the police organization, thank you so much for all the support. The outpouring of support has been tremendous over the last week or so, or since it was announced, I think about 10 days ago. And I continue to get emails from the community, from the business community, and so I want to thank them as well. It's just been, it's been a very exciting time. Now, Jack mentioned, and I should call you Chief Rose, so I apologize for that. But Chief Rose mentioned that the pinning of the badge is a specific honor, and I wanted to reach out to Chief Rose and ask him to pin my badge because of who he was for Glendale and who he continues to be for Glendale. Chief Rose started his career in Glendale in 1962 at the line level. And like me, or I should say, I like him, he rose through the ranks and eventually became the chief of police in 1983. And he served as the chief of police until 1989. But then enters in the really important piece. When Chief Rose left, he didn't leave the organization without a new leader or someone in the organization that could carry them forward. And for most in the room, you know that was Bob Forey. And when Chief Rose left, he left the reins in the hands of a very capable, developed employee of the city of Glendale who also grew up in the Glendale Police Department. And so my hope is that I can follow in your footsteps. I have spent my entire career in the city of Glendale, as you heard through the mayor's speech and through what Mr. Phelps had to say. And I'm proud of the fact that Glendale is the only department that I've worked for. And now, as the chief of police, my hope or my aspiration is that when I leave, it will be to another person who's been in the city of Glendale for their entire career, who's invested in the community of Glendale, as I am, as Chief Rose is, and who will carry us forward so that we'll continue to be a great police department. So now what? Now that I'm taking the reins, what are we going to do? Well, I took over as interim chief in July of this year when Chief Black left and went to Prescott. And I should also mention that my thanks goes out to Chief Black. She built into me a great deal and prepared me to take this step. Chief Conrad as well. And so I thank them as well. But when I took over in July of this year, I began to make some changes. I began to have some conversation about things that I believed needed to occur. And in those conversations and through those conversations, I'm hearing back from the organization that it sounds to them like I'm taking a progressive organization, and Glendale is certainly known as being a progressive police organization. So I'm taking a progressive organization and I'm moving us backwards. And to that I say, yeah, that's what I'm doing. And it's intentional. And so I just want to read a quote, if you'll bear with me. I don't typically like to read, I like to just speak. But I want to read this quote, and it's from C.S. Lewis, and it's a book that I had just finished reading a couple of weeks ago. And this quote really drove home what I want to do and why I want to do the things that we're doing here in the Glendale Police Department. And so if you'll bear with me, it's kind of a long quote, but I want to read the whole thing. It says, "We all want progress, but progress means getting nearer to the place where you want to be. And if you've taken a wrong turn, then to go forward does not get you any nearer. If you are on the wrong road, progress means doing an about face and walking back to the right road. And in that case, the man who turns back sooner is the most progressive man. We have all seen this when doing arithmetic. When I started a sum the wrong way, the sooner I admit this and go back and start again, the faster I shall get on. There's nothing progressive about being pig-headed and refusing to admit a mistake. And I think if you look at the present state of the world, it's pretty plain that humanity has been making some big mistakes." I was reading this morning in the Chicago Tribune, 70 people over this last holiday weekend were injured by gunfire through violence. 8 people dead, 62 wounded in one weekend. If there's, in my mind, that is a clear demonstration that as a people, as a society, we're on the wrong road. So we need to admit that we're on the wrong road. We need to step back to start doing the things that work, that we know worked. And when I came into this organization, we were a human intelligence, relationship-driven organization. I started in 1996, and we had a community policing philosophy, and the way we policed our community was from the patrol level, the line level, on up through the organization. So the patrol officers, those people that have direct contact, our communications, certainly police professionals across the organization, have contact with the community, they know what's going on, and they drove our response to crime. After the year 2000 and the big technology scare, technology took over the world. I mean, anybody that goes to restaurants or enjoys eating out, before technology, you heard families talking. After technology, everybody's face is in a device. Nobody's talking. Well, the police, law enforcement, we did the same thing, in a sense. So as technology became more prevalent in our industry, and we adopted that technology as fast as budgets would allow, we took our face out of the community and we put it in the device. We need to go back. That's the wrong road. We need to get back on the right road of putting our line level employees in the faces of our community, having conversation, talking about what's going on, learning about what quality of life issues people are dealing with, and then addressing those quality of life issues. It's really very simple. The most progressive way on today, the best way that we can keep a great department great, is to go back to the roots of who we are. And I'm looking around the room here and I'm seeing a lot of senior faces, a lot of people that I've spent my entire career working with. You know what I'm talking about. You lived it. When you came on the department, this is who we were. I don't want to lose touch with that. We've got to get back into the communities, listening and having conversation about what real problems exist. The best way on is to go back to what we know worked. That's my goal. That's what we're going to press on to, and however long that takes. This Glendale is not a stepping stone for me. This is my home. I have no plans on bigger and better and brighter. This is it for me. This is what I've wanted. This is what I'm invested into. This is my home, and I'm here to stay. And so I thank you again for coming. Again, the outpour of support from everybody's been tremendous, and I just couldn't be happier in this moment, and as bright as our future is, to be a part of that. I want to thank again City Manager, Mayor, and Council for putting your support in me, and to the men and women of the Glendale Police Department. We're family. We're going to tackle this together. We're going to do this together, and we're going to keep each other safe while we do it. So thank you for coming.
The council and myself were very happy. Congratulations to Chief St. John. Another really wonderful thing that's happening in Glendale. Very pleased to have somebody who started his career and intends to end his career as our police chief, and I'm thrilled for the department. I know the officers are all very happy about it.
I know primarily by reputation over a period of his entire career here, and I think they've made an excellent choice for the future, for the department, for the community, and I was certainly humbled by his invitation to do the badge pinning. In our culture, in the law enforcement community, that is very, very special. And I'm honored, I'm humbled by it, and I'm pleased that I could be here and have some little small part, what I think is a very, very good day for the community and the department.
City Manager Phelps, great choice here, and Chief Black, the chief before, did a great job of helping to train Rick to be a great chief for us. I'm excited about it. His speech today was right on point. We need to incorporate today's technology and the new ways of policing, but not forget our roots and know that really it all happens in the neighborhoods, and that's where we need our officers to spend the most of their time and to be familiar with the people in the neighborhoods and the business districts, so they hear first what's happening before they get it on a call over the radio. So I'm excited. I think we're headed in a great direction here, and I'm excited to be a part of it.